What's going on YouTube? Mocha here, and welcome back to the cafe. Now if you guys are new and you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing today. Now let's get into this. So the other day, since it's the month of Halloween, I was watching Final Destination 2, and if you guys haven't seen that movie, let me just quickly break it down for you. So that beginning scene kind of summed up my last video, when like the log breaks off the truck and causes this mass chaos of crashes and deaths and all this crazy shit happens, and at the end it's just like, damn, like it was all a premonition and she could have avoided it. It's like I had the premonition that like my last video was gonna do this. I just didn't expect the amount of like, I guess, idiots to come through and have no substance in their argument. So granted, when I said in my video this wasn't a breakdown or a real impressions video, I meant it. I just wanted to come from a different point of view and just give you my 2 cents, Either watch it, don't watch it, like it, don't like it, but some of these comments were just so right field, it just blew my mind. So, granted, I went back in and I played World War III, and I was pleasantly surprised in the 5th playtest. Like I said, I played the 4th, and I was also very happy to see the customization. The performance issues were getting a lot better. But coming into this 5th playtest, I had more of an open mind, and I was like, whatever, I'll give it another chance and I'll see where it goes. So, these are my impressions based off the 5th playtest. So the first thing I want to take a deep dive into is the customization. I wanted to talk about this in my last video, but I wanted to stress more performance because that's kind of what we're testing, and like the customization is more cosmetic, It's more just like the cherry on the ice cream, but if there's no ice cream, you're just eating a fucking cherry, right? Okay, so this customization is no joke. And we've seen the clips, we've seen the trailers, and those don't do what this game already has, like the foundation of justice at all. So when you go in, I was running the G36. We're gonna start with the guns. I was running the G36. I ran it with a compensator, a hollow, and a drum mag. And while that may sound super basic, those were just the options that I wanted to run. I wanted 50 bullets, I wanted the hollow, but this game does something very different where there's more than one, right? So you have different variables. It's not just red dot, hollow sight, zoom magnification, and then maybe like an ACOG, right? It's not like that. You have like 3 or 4 red dots to choose from, like 5 to 8 hollows to choose from, tons of different magnification, and you could just customize your gun literally to like different railings and everything. You could even just go iron sights. They have tons of different iron sights that you could pick from. Granted, I want to show you this customization, but we're currently still not allowed. I reached out to Farm 51 in hopes that they will get back to me, but if they do, you'll get a separate video for that. So, what I'm hoping for, and I feel like I've heard it somewhere, and I'm just going to go with it. I know they're going to have weapon progression, but I hope it's a really good system for weapon progression, because for the amount of options you have to customize your gun, I really hope there's a decent system in place that you just have to grind that certain guns. So say you love the G36 or you love the AK, you love the MC, whatever it might be, you have to grind that gun to unlock all tiers for that gun. So when it comes to scopes, grips, skins, barrel attachments, flashlights, laser sights, like literally, I wish I could show you the amount of customization. It's insane. So the people that have played the TTS, you could definitely vouch with me. I know you're shaking your head right now, like, yeah, like he's not playing. They went above and beyond when it comes to customization, and that also goes into customizing your guy. So after you spent 45 minutes customizing your gun, you're going to swap over, you're going to start customizing your soldier, and this also is just as much in depth as customizing your gun. So what I did, I went with the goofy ass look, like this weird looking mask that had like a blue eyes and like an all dark appeal. It was pretty fly at the end of it, but you do get to customize it. If you want to be tactical and want your guy to look like he belongs in war, bam, you can make that. But if you want him to look like a damn goofball, you could do that as well. And I'm assuming once the game comes out and it continues to progress, everything else is going to continue to progress as well when it comes to skins and everything you want to customize your guy with, whether it's war paint, different hats, different armors, vests, tattoos, everything. They had it. Like, you name it, they had it. So that's just one aspect. Now I kind of want to get into more of the meat of the game. So let's talk about sound design and also the way the guns feel. So when we talk about these two things, I know most of this can get cleaned up and brushed up. So when it comes to the gunplay, I actually enjoyed most of it. It gave me a really solid, you could play either way you want, right? So if you want to play tactical, stay in an area and snipe, this game is perfect for you. But if you want to run and gun, it's also very, very clean. So what I noticed is that I was running pretty much light armor, and I felt like Sonic on the battlefield. I can get from Alpha 1 to Charlie 2 in like 10 seconds. Like I was out. I know it's a little bit of like an exaggeration, but you could like mobility with the light armor is very, very good. Okay, so when that kind of plays into the gunplay, it reminded me of a very fast-paced shooter, and I kind of wasn't expecting that from World War III at all, honestly. I was expecting like this hardcore tactical feel, but I was able to run around, slide, and gun people down with like no remorse, and it was a lot of fun. But what's not fun is sometimes the sound is off. And from a guy that plays a lot of Rainbow Six, I understand how sound kinda works, because even that game 3 years in has not gotten sound completely down yet. So certain maps, just the way sound travels, it's hard to master and it's hard to learn. So when I was playing World War III, there were certain instances that the sound just seemed off when it came to footsteps, and the guns sound amazing, right? Let's just completely get that out the way. But when it comes to other things, just your whole environment, sound seemed a little bit off at times. So I know going into early access, most of that's gonna get tweaked and fine-tuned. So the next thing I wanna touch on is map design and overall game flow when it comes to just playing the actual objectives. So that first initial map that we got to play in the early playtest, that map did not feel optimized at all, and the flow just felt awful, honestly. But then after playing this Moscow map, like, I feel like my whole point of view just changed after playing it. Honestly, like, I really enjoy the flow of that map, the way the points are set up, the amount of cover in those points, and just the overall just flow of the game feels very smooth when you're playing on that Moscow map. I cannot say the same for the other map. And also, when it comes to that one, the optimization was very much improved. I don't know if that's overall game optimization or just that map itself, but I was averaging 70 to 80 frames outside of like CQC, and then when I got into battles, it did drop to like 50, but that's still sustainable. Like when you're playing a first-person shooter, it's not awful, so I can't complain too much about that. So when it comes to optimization, game flow, and map design, Moscow's like a 10 out of 10 for me right now. The other ones, I haven't played. But we will see when that time comes. Now, with all this being said, I still stick to what I initially said in my last video, which is they need to do some kind of pre-order beta or some open beta before the official like public release on October 19th. Like the stress tests of the servers have not been a thing to me. I've only been in 1 or 2 games where I've had a complete full lobby of 32 people, all on the ground, all out war. And that's when I had the worst frames and optimization possible. All the other games that like the game was running smooth, I was having a blast, I didn't go past like 10 to 12 people in the lobby. Like I can never, I always ask in chat as well, like, hey, when's the most optimal time to hop on this game? Listen, I played Friday, Saturday, and I played today in hopes that maybe, you know, I can get in during like the peak hours of testing. And no matter what, it didn't pass like 10 people in a lobby with me. So when there's 10 people, guys, game is smooth as fuck. When there's 32, I can't vouch for that because I haven't seen full lobbies, at least in NA. I don't know how EU's doing, but when it comes to NA, I don't know when the best times. And trust me, I've like scheduled times for me to sit down, even with my work schedule, to make sure that like I'm here, I'm present, and I'm trying to like game. And no matter what, the lobbies have not been full. So I'm a little worried when it comes to that. And that's what I was said in my last video, but I guess I was more passionate about it. But like, seriously, all these other things are just sides, you know? If you want to compare this game to ice cream, like the most important thing is the fucking ice cream. Like the sprinkles, the cherry, the fucking hot fudge, all that shit is secondary stuff. We got to make sure that the ice cream is there. You know what I mean? So when it comes to performance issues, optimization, I can't vouch for a full lobby of 32 people all out gunning with tanks and fucking battle points like in full blast with like airstrikes and everything. I can't vouch for that because I haven't fully been like immersed in it. So once I do, I will completely tell you my thoughts on that. So I'm hoping by October 19th, maybe they don't have to do an open beta, but they definitely need to send out more alpha invites, or I guess kind of open up the schedule a little more. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure it's open all weekend. I've hopped on random times and the servers are still online, but people aren't populating those said servers. So that's my only thing I'm gonna speak on that's negative. You know, I don't want to completely just go off on a fucking rant about everything else. I'll save that for another video. What I'm gonna ask you guys is, what do you want to know about the game? So today is October 7th. We have till the 19th. Let me know what you guys want. I know a lot of people want to see what the tanks feel like. I'm not a big tank guy, but I will hop in a couple of vehicles, kind of test it out and see what it feels like. But if you want to see anything else, let me know. Let me know what you want me to hop in the game and attempt to do. That's what the point of testing is. I've been doing crackhead crazy shit, 360 scopes and all this crazy shit, because that's what testing's about. You know, people want to talk about, well, you don't talk about teamwork and all this other shit. Who cares about that in testing? Like, we're here to focus on certain things. I mentioned it at the tail end of my last video. One of the biggest problems, and it still kind of is a problem, is spawn camping. They somehow need to flesh that out. I don't know how. That's not my job. But spawn camping is still a thing. And team killing is not as relevant as it was in the early playtests. I remember turning the corner and just getting lit by my teammate. The one feature I do appreciate is that if a teammate does kill you, you have the ability to, like, I haven't done it yet, but this little message pops up, like, if you want to, like, send him away. Like, I don't know if like it kicks him out the lobby or like he gets a warning for it, but they do not tolerate team killing. So they do have measures against that. So I'm hoping with this video, you guys got more of my impressions. I have so much more to say, but I want to show it while saying it. So once these upcoming weeks, hopefully the NDA completely lifts and I can actually talk about it, gameplay, maybe even live stream it, that'd be amazing. So like I said, let me know what you guys want to see. I'll hop in game, do as much as I can, and I'll come back and let you guys know what's going on. But that's it for me, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave it a thumbs up and consider joining the community as well by hitting that sub button. Guys, we're big on World War III here. Whether I talk down upon it or up, like, the videos still come out. So I'm looking forward to October 19th. I'm very, very optimistic about the future of this game. They definitely have a great foundation, like I stated. So let's just fingers crossed that everything goes well on this release date. But that's it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.